God, you are disgusting. A disgusting animal.
98 KUPD.
Time now for Brady to mind the news. It's the Brady Report. Brady, report it.
Good Wednesday morning to you, Phoenix. Hello, world.
Hi, Brady.
According to a new study, 64% of us use our foot to flush the toilet when we use public bathrooms.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I never even thought of that.
You use your hand for that?
Sometimes I do the fist,
You give
but
a
I
little
wash
fist
my
bump.
hands.
See, here's the thing. And the other thing, this guy in a Palm Springs bathroom, that sounds bad to start, taught me something. It's getting worse. I was washing my hands, and I reached for the door, and he goes, "Stop!" I'm like, what? And he goes, "Why even bother washing your hands?" I'm like, what do you mean? Because you're going to touch that door handle that all these
poop
people
knob.
who just left didn't wash their hands touched? I'm like, you're right. So he goes, you wash your hands, you grab a paper towel, you open the door with it, you dry your hands, you throw it in. That's why they put the trash next to the door. And I'm like, that's brilliant. Never thought of that.
But wait a minute. You open the door with the towel, you're still
No.
dry your hands.
You wash your hands, right? You give them a little pat down. You grab another towel, or you just use the towels you're using to dry your hands.
Yeah, that's what I use.
And you open
Oh.
the open the thing with that, and then you just throw
Never
it out.
thought of that.
Me neither, because it's just a booger hand. And while
Foot
we were in
comes
there,
into play again to
Oh,
hold
yeah.
the door open once you get it open.
while we were in there, 3 people left without washing their hands. It was a busy place, but I'm like, you're right, old man. And 2 of them are in there farting and pooping and doing all their nonsense at a restaurant because, you had to get there so fast you couldn't do that at home. So they're toweling off their bungers and then just wandering right back into the restaurant, touching everything.
Very descriptive, John.
It's what they do. It's what happens. Well, I had to take a dump. Oh, we could have left a little later. I had to get to the food place fast. I'll just deuce there and ruin everything for everybody.
You don't know their situation. They may have
Shouldn't be in public.
Emergency.
needed to go. Yeah.
Then you shouldn't be going out to dinner. If
No?
no. Really? You've got diarrhea so
Just
bad you
stay
can't
home?
control it? I'm going to still go out to dinner with the family?
Man, you're going to get afflicted
Sometimes
with some bad
you can-
stuff
I can't
when you get
control
older.
my
Sometimes you can
butthole.
brew some emergency mud.
Really?
I think so. Yeah.
You brew emergency mud and go on with dinner? I'm uncontrollable craps. Let's go to dinner together. No.
Or maybe you get there and then you have to go.
Then everybody, let's go. I've got uncontrollable craps. I'm not going to come back to the table and go, hey, hopefully that doesn't happen again. I got uncontrollable craps. What are you guys having? It's over. The dinner's over. Where'd Bob go? Oh, he's got the uncontrollable deuces. So he ran into the bathroom. He still really wants to enjoy our company, though. Hopefully it just doesn't keep occurring. If you can't control your poop for one dinner,
I don't have a no-hitter going on that. It's happened before.
in the middle of but you're at
Not
the
in the
dinner.
middle of dinner,
Not
but
even there, but you haven't
even
even ordered yet. And
afterward.
you're like, oh my God, I've got diarrhea. I've got to poop so bad. I can't
It's
control
not
it.
diarrhea. You just gotta
have
go.
to poop so bad.
Yeah.
And it just surprises you.
I've had that happen. Yeah.
Sure.
All of a sudden, I've got to poop so bad. So you run and you have uncontrollable poops, and you come right back out and enjoy
No
a meal.
stomach cramps, no nothing. All
Nothing.
of a sudden it's just
Not
there.
really. No.
Really. All of a sudden, it's just uncontrollable, and it's
Every now
knocking.
and then it's like, you think it's
Yeah, you have to go.
Yep.
Your craps are like Mormon missionaries. They just show up. You can't stop them.
Unwelcome.
They're unwelcome.
without any literature.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no warning signs.
It happens.
Not to me. I've never had that. Oh my God, I'm pooping right now.
Well, you're a lucky guy.
I am a lucky man.
Didn't you have that back issue because you were so stuffed with
Oh no, God,
crap?
my back was because I
Impact
never
on
stretched.
fecal matter.
Yeah, they tell you.
it was all fecal matter
No.
built up inside.
They
you
always
hold it in.
They
all the
always
time?
tell you that too when they do the X-rays and you got back problems. Like a lot of people have back problems because your body will hold 4 or 5 pounds of extra fecal matter. I'm like, oh, that's disgusting. And then they show you the X-ray and they're like, here is extra fecal matter. That's very normal. I'm like, oh, get it out. What do we do? While you're in there, carve that tube open and get a bunch of that out of there.
Think about
No,
that while
he's-
you're holding on.
Yeah.
The only tough time was
Oh, you've got
after
more
the-
than I do. Trust me. It's ridiculous. And they said that, too. They're like, people who don't have back issues hold more. And he said back issue people, they're the ones who usually discover it because we have to go in and see. And so overweight people will always have it. It's like you go back in and they'll show you the X-ray. And they're like, and he said it to me, yours isn't caused by any of this. He goes, but a lot of the times this will fill
How do you get
for
rid of it?
people. It's just your intestines just hang on to like pieces
You
and
could,
parts. and
do
all
that
You got
cleanser.
28 feet.
Yeah, you can do that too, but it's so gross when you see all that stuff and there's stuff in there. Like, yeah, you're fine. This is normal. I'm like, that's normal? Oh yeah, that's totally normal.
I want to do that
hangs on a ton of
cleansing
it.
thing one time, but you got to do it like during the holidays or
Yeah,
something.
because you can't do it while you're working.
Yeah.
Talk about uncontrollable.
Yeah.
Be running to the bathroom every 5
Megan
seconds.
did it once and she said that the tube is clear. And it just goes in and then it starts to kind of clear it out and you just see everything flying by.
Oh.
I'm like, man, I don't even want to think about what's going on in there. You're little and clean. Imagine Brady.
I've done a cleansing.
A baby would come out.
Remember when we had Dr. Doo-Doo on? He was talking about that.
Oh,
People
yeah.
would send pictures in.
So did it
5
take like
footers, they'd lay
2
them out on
weeks,
the-
didn't it? Didn't it last like 2?
Yeah, it depends on.
I actually
and,
bought the stuff and I never used it.
Oh, that's
And
the
I think there's a
cleansing.
lot
Yeah.
of hype behind it. I don't think it actually.
No, I'm talking about the tube cleaning. Did you
What,
do that?
that's with a doctor?
A hycolonic.
Oh yeah, no,
I'm not
and-
talking about
and-
a cleansing.
and that only goes 3 or 4 feet.
Yeah, it doesn't even go into the
You got
deep
another
stuff.
22 feet.
And that starts cleaning that thing out.
Well, how did the cleansing thing work for you? Did it work out?
You go
out, or-
often,
Yeah.
but it, you definitely could
Do you
feel.
think it helped?
So for you, it was like, what, 8 times a day?
Yeah,
Because you're going 3 times. That's
Yeah.
normal.
2 to 3. Yep.
Do you think it helped though?
Yeah, probably get you. You
You
feel
do it again. You
feel
go back for a
energized
second.
little bit. I'd go back.
We'll pay
again.
for it. Did you eat more because you thought, I'm just shark?
No,
No. See, I think
No,
that's
nothing
what I
really.
do. It'd be like a
You
diet.
just keep eating.
Keep
so
eating,
this
see how
coming
much
right
I
out
could
of
do.
you.
Yeah. See if I could actually see it come out the same as it went in. Try to pass one real fast. Yeah, but if you've got uncontrollable deuces at a restaurant, same thing I always tell people, and like Ron Croft will come to work every morning, run up and take a dump. It's like, you know what? Take that extra 5 minutes at home and be 5 minutes later to work. You're not getting anything done here.
there might have been some more stuff that had been stored up for years. Like license plates, gum,
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff coming out.
That was a
Is
T-shirt.
that a boot?
It's a T-shirt, small rubber boot, crayons.
There's another survey
Crayons.
that asked people which 5 things they'd most willing to give their life for: their kids, spouse, parents, country, or religion.
Jeez Louise. I have to die for one of these things?
Yeah,
Kids, parents, spouse, country, or religion?
55% of the people.
I can eliminate a few real quick.
I mean, I'm down to one, and I'm not real happy with the way we're treating Syria. So that one.
Yeah, 55% of the people said they'd be willing to give their life for their children.
What's the situation now?
Doesn't matter. It's
Are they
just that
dying?
order.
Am I
Because-
not patriotic if I don't want to die for my country?
12% said
That's pretty much the definition of not
Is it?
patriotic. yeah.
Why? If you don't believe in some of the
Yeah,
dumb
it's
wars we've
basically
been
you're
in?
supposed to. Oh, I don't. Yeah, but that's not believing in it. Like if
that's
your
why
country,
I think you'll find
dying
out.
for your country.
Like,
isn't-
I think Pat Tillman had the right thing. I mean, he was.
That's what I mean, though.
He was going to He wanted to go to Afghanistan and
you don't
fight
want to go to a
Al-Qaeda.
crappy war.
Like,
but
I could see dying for that one.
you'd die for your country if it meant
Hunting Bin Laden.
if it meant your country was under attack.
Sure.
That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
if stuff's going on, I'm willing to die for my
But
country.
I don't want to go to.
But I don't want to go to Syria.
Yeah, or
I don't- that's
Vietnam.
Dying, that's
I
dying
would've-
for Syria.
I would have
Yeah.
not liked to do that one. Iraq.
That's why it's pretty interesting,
me neither.
the survey that they found. 12% said they'd die for their spouse, 10% said parents,
Whoa, what was the
10%?
percentage on the spouse?
12.
Do you know what that means, Brady? 88% wouldn't.
That's hilarious. I did.
10% said parents, 10% said religion, 5% said country.
Yeah, because the wars.
Well, because
are
the wars that we're
bull
currently
crap.
in are not for our country. I think the question is, would you die for your country if
If it was like
an
the
imminent
revolution
threat?
and
Right,
England was
right.
here,
That's
sure.
what they're asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would die for my country in that regard. If I would die for my country if it was an immediate threat to America.
Yeah, if Canada invaded and wanted to take us over,
Doesn't even have to be that close. If Russia is
If Russia,
pissed
yeah.
again and they got the missiles up,
I'm in.
I'm willing to die for my
Absolutely.
What is the percentage in the military?
country. High.
You think it's higher than
Yeah.
5%?
It has to be.
Yeah, it has to.
You have to talk yourself into it.
Because you know
No,
that's
no,
a
no. I'm not.
possibility.
I'm not talking about the percentage they're surveyed. Percentage, the population in military. With our,
That want to die for the country?
yeah, it's under 5%.
You mean
You think that would want to die for their country?
No, that are in the military,
Oh,
currently
oh,
active
population.
in the
Got it.
military.
Yeah, yeah. I don't
So
know.
that would make sense with this
I don't know. It's a
survey
good question.
because there's probably less than 5% there, but those people are going into the military.
You'd die for your
Answer.
country.
Sure.
If the cause was just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
Yeah,
though. When
that's
you
what
go
we're
in the
running into,
military,
right.
you don't have that choice of
Exactly.
is the cause just or not.
And we're proving on a regular
What are you
basis
signing up for?
that you're kind of question marking. Our military should be.
And it's
in, like-
not their fault.
No,
I mean,
we should change their outfits to Riddler outfits because they have no idea what they're doing in Syria. They have no idea why they're in Iraq. Afghanistan's
well,
kind of a real
apparently
thing.
we're just going to throw missiles at them.
right.
So
So we've warned them, and told them our entire game plan.
I hear you. This whole thing's a
This
joke.
is a disaster.
Yeah, I understand that there are a bunch of a-holes over there. And let Russia deal with it.
Let Russia and someone else deal with the Civil War. Let them die.
We got about 2.1 active military members.
Million?
2.1.
It's less than 5%.
Yeah, that's less. Last month, 38-year-old Claire Lennon of Berkshire, England, was at her home with her pet chicken, Sarah. Sarah was on her shoulder. Sarah's a male chicken, go figure.
You ruined.
Isn't that a cock?
Yeah.
Woman had
That's
a
what I
cock on her
figured.
shoulder, for God's sakes. Can you go outside with that?
Shoulder, and now you're going to ruin chicken.
Claire's, Sarah saw something shiny on Claire's ear. Diamond earring. Pecked it off and swallowed it.
Uh-oh.
It's lodged inside Sarah's gizzard. Wouldn't come out even if the vet gave him some laxatives.
Did you try to suck it out of the cock?
The vet says the operation would permanently, potentially kill the chicken.
Oh.
So she's like, even if I choke the cock, it won't,
Right.
or burp it,
Choke the chicken.
burp the cock. Still, that probably wouldn't work. You're going to have to wait for it to die. 8 more years.
Or kill it.
Right.
How important is that diamond?
It's $460 to replace the earring.
Well, I wouldn't kill my
She's
pet
considering
for
putting
that.
Sarah to sleep, but her 6-year-old
Wait.
daughter, Mia,
Sarah the
Says-
rooster.
swallowed the earring.
Right. But why is the boy chicken called Sarah?
That's how they
woman's
roll in England.
Nuts.
Yeah. I don't know, but
Who keeps a rooster on their shoulder? I've never seen that. That's a parrot. She's confused.
I think, when you're that tight with that.
That's her?
Yep.
The x-ray of that chicken looks like one of those Safeway roasted chickens.
Is it a chicken or a chicken hawk?
That's a good question. I don't know. One eats chickens.
Other
Chick's
chicken
not,
news.
The girl's not bad, though. I was going to say that chick's not bad. That would have been. That girl isn't that ugly. I wouldn't picture her to be a person who has roosters on her shoulder.
Yesterday I talked about the National Buffalo Wing Festival that took place, and that Asian woman won by eating 178.
Why did that sound? It sounded like you were degrading Asians for.
I couldn't remember her name,
They
but I
can't
remember
like
she was Asian.
wings? What the hell, Brady?
Her name was Wing, I
Oh.
think.
Her name was Wing Lee.
And she won the Wing.
Oh, I
contest.
got... oh.
Wing Wing.
Well,
Seriously?
PETA took the
Maybe.
opportunity to explain
Probably.
how women who eat wings when they're pregnant and have baby boys, they'll have baby boys with smaller junk.
I've read that.
What?
The chicken. When women eat chicken when they're pregnant, the penises don't grow.
The phthalates
Isn't that
in
ironic?
the chicken. But they're also saying there's not a ton of it. You'd have to eat,
Loads of chicken.
yes.
So what should you eat? Steak?
Well, they're saying, but
And you
here's
go
the
giant bull
double
testicle?
whammy.
Yeah.
It's not only chickens, but it's in plastic goods and
Stop eating
processed
plastic.
foods.
What's this?
So it's rubbed-
testicles. Just eat it.
Flawed study. Because black guys have huge wings, and their moms were eating chicken when they were
my
pregnant.
God.
So
I'm on your side.
Yeah, there's no
I don't even
idea.
need to do a study.
now, when
That
they
thing's
say
wrong.
smaller,
Debunked.
it's still a big white guy wiener. But black guys keep coming out with huge wings. But pregnant
Yeah.
women eating chicken is not the problem.
Yeah, that survey is way off.
is
So
way
why
off.
did who's complaining that his mom ate too much chicken while she was
Right.
pregnant?
And then just point over to Lamont and say his mom ate tons more chicken than your mom did. And look at that thing. I guarantee you she ate more chicken.
We have another Asian woman, John. She was pulled over on her moped.
Or
because-
wait a minute, I'm
because she
sorry.
was breastfeeding her 18-month-old son.
Please let him go on with
Hold
the
on.
chicken dick conversation. Brady.
Hold on. That's
Wait a minute.
This
I
avalanche
just
was
had a
rolling.
thought,
Yeah.
though.
Eric's having an epiphany.
If it's genetic,
Yep.
though, maybe they'd be even bigger.
What do you mean?
If the women ate more chicken. Yeah, if they didn't eat the chicken, if black
That's what
women,
I'm saying.
black mothers didn't eat any chicken,
Right, well, that's impossible.
Maybe they'd
You're
be-
living in a
that's
dream, old
what-
friend.
like Lexington Steele's mom maybe doesn't eat chicken at all. And
That-
so they'd
that's
all
what
be
could
that
be
big.
happening. Part of your world.
Stop eating chicken.
Impossible.
Yeah, but good luck getting that woman to stop eating chicken. Good
Anyway,
luck.
the-
So it's shrinking black guys' wieners down to massive.
Yes. Imagine how big they are.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God.
Do the Africans eat a lot of chicken?
They don't eat, do they? I've seen a lot of commercials on TV
They
says they
must
don't.
be huge.
Yeah, that's all
like
they are.
a-
Maybe
it's
that's
like
why they're starving to death, is they're trying to sustain life. And they've got this giant thing they have to keep alive, and there's not enough food in Africa to keep that going.
We'd send them more chicken.
We just
Maybe we
fire
need,
over a bunch of chickens to the Congo and slow down their wiener growth, and maybe their bodies would adapt. Their tummies wouldn't
Those
distend.
commercials we see, maybe it's that white glop we send them over that they're always eating. I've seen
that goo.
Yeah.
For just
That
4 cents a
porridge.
day, we can feed them just garbage here that we would never eat.
Sorry, I just imagine like
I'd be crying, and I'd be eating all those flies. I don't know why they don't eat the flies. They're covered in flies.
And they're not even messing
They
with the
make
glop.
flies a delicacy in
send
Africa.
them chopsticks. They could start trying to
They'd
grab
be
them with their
fat if they just started eating the flies. For some reason, that's off limits. I'd just start eating those flies.
teeth. Protein.
Flies are the African delicacy. Yeah, go with what you know, man. You're covered in them.
So this Asian lady got a ticket for, she was on her scooter breastfeeding her 18-month-old son. They got a little picture of it. It's kind of blurred, but you can see he's
Riding the scooter?
working the teat,
Yeah, he's definitely hungry.
That's kind of impressive.
but dangerous.
Yeah, tad bit.
So she was murdered by the government in China for being a woman.
Yes.
Okay, good. At least we got that out of the way.
Yesterday afternoon, a report went out to the police scanner in Los Angeles that a dead body was spotted in the bushes alongside the freeway. There was a lot of area to cover, so the LAPD started a massive hunt for the dead body. They even called in air support to help the search. It was called off less than an hour later. When the officers found it wasn't a dead body. It was a large Simpsons doll in the bushes.
Someone lost that? A 6-foot
Not sure
Simpsons
which
doll?
character it was, but
Probably Bart. He's the most lifelike, I would think.
Well, Homer would be good because you'd see the blue pants.
Yeah, but Homer is... That couldn't be mistaken as a person.
If he's in the bushes and you just saw the legs,
Yeah,
it'd be
yeah.
human size. Bart would be so yellow because he's in shorts.
We're really dissecting
Well-
this, aren't we?
So did the LAPD. So
the word of the day is wide clops.
good thing it wasn't Carl or Lenny, the black one, because the LAPD would have just shown up and beat his corpse.
Ew.
Heyo! They hate blacks.
Word of the day is wide clops.
Wide clops. That's when. That's what Miley Cyrus's vagina was described as in that weird outfit that she had on for the VMAs. So she had the wide clops. Oh, it's that far apart.
Great visual.
Wide clops.
Thank you, yeah.
That's a good word for that, isn't it? Oh,
is.
look at her, wide clops.
It is
Wide
now.
clops.
Close.
Yeah.
It could
I
maybe
like
work
it.
for
You
that.
pretend like you were like in a spelling bee.
Wide
describing it.
clops. WIDECLOPS. Could I have a definition? Miley Cyrus's vagina has wide clops. Oh, right. Okay.
Incorrect.
Oh, it is?
You're like one of those nerdy
A person
kids.
whose eyes are really far apart.
Or
Okay.
labia?
It could work.
Yeah. A guy who works here's ex-wife had wide clops. Saw her in a bikini once.
Oh,
Good
right.
Lord. I was on Facebook, too, and I was like, ooh, she shouldn't put that up there. She's got a horrible case of the wide clops.
Wait a minute, I'm confused. Are you talking about her vagina? Or
Her vagina.
or-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip-
Her vagina in the picture was, I'm guessing from the picture, if you did probably 3.5 inches on either her wide clops was gapped out 3.5 inches.
I wonder if
Like the
chicken
bottom
affects
of the-
that.
Yeah, well,
It could.
somebody who was eating a lot of chicken was definitely doing something to those wide clops.
Philip Milne, 74 years old. He lives in England, and he was on a bus traveling from Bletchley to Bedford when he found that he didn't have his ointment that he uses in his crotch.
Oh,
So Philip unzipped his pants on the bus and
Starts
used
scratching.
shampoo and started lathering up
He
his
likes
crotch.
to be clean. What's wrong with that?
why did he
soothe-
have shampoo?
He went to the pharmacy.
Oh, he had
picked
gone.
up
Oh,
some.
I see.
It's on the bus, and
Stop at
so
Walgreens, got
he
it
started
done.
lathering it up, figuring it would soothe the groin area.
Just gonna hurt.
But the woman and her son, sitting in the row across from him, saw the.
What was wrong with his groin?
Not sure,
Got
but
the
it
herp.
probably
Yeah.
had some itches and
Probably. He just needed something cool and moist.
Pube lice, maybe.
Mother
Invasion
notified the
lab.
bus driver
Publis.
and says, "What's the deal? What's the big deal? I have a problem here, and I need to lather it up. I'm 74."
Oh, let the old man Lazarus wang on the bus.
That's what he's saying.
Semi-erect.
Yeah,
It says.
he was.
That's
He had
different.
the little chub.
It didn't hurt that bad.
Lather his wang.
It didn't hurt that bad if he was getting plump from it.
But when you're 74 and that happens, you're taking it.
Well, but still, if you've got wounds that require a salve or an ointment, semi-erect is not the way I would describe myself while I'm applying the
It was
soothing
the tea
gel.
tree oil in there.
Whatever. He was whacking off with shampoo in front of a woman and her child on public transit. People tell me to take the bus. You need to go green and take the bus. Yeah, I don't want to get beat off on. No thanks. Worst members of society.
Well, how
stay in
about the
bus
L
stops.
then, or the train here?
Considering
Light
it,
rail.
maybe when they make it worth it. I don't ever just want to go downtown. That's the only thing you can do. Marquee Theater downtown, and I got to drive to get to it. That's dumb. I'll just stay in the car and keep going. If I'm downtown already, I'll go up and down Central Avenue on it, but I'm still going to get beat off on eventually because they haven't mastered that yet. How to keep those people away.
Mark Valadez of Oklahoma City was arrested Sunday morning on a minor charge. They didn't say what the minor charge was.
Sorry, Brady. You know what they need to do for public transit? I just solved the problem. A rich bus, poor bus.
Oh, God.
You have the people who ride the normal bus.
There's not going to be any rich
do.
buses.
Yeah,
No,
they're
you'll get
called
all those weird
they're called
green
the
people.
Express bus that goes
Yeah.
directly from the park and ride to downtown.
All the green people that are like, I want to save the planet, and they've got money. You charge them $5 a ride, and say that it goes towards greenery. I don't know.
Greenery.
And then they get on there, and then you have a nice bus, and there's like cocktails and like nice things on your drive home, and they get there, and then the poor people
They
slug
call
bus.
that a limo.
The normal bus. I know, but you can make it a bus. I know they have it now, but you can make it
It's
a
a
bus.
limo bus.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't even be a limo bus. It's just a regular bus. You just dress it up a little bit, charge everybody a little extra so the slugs can't get on your bus, and you don't get beat off on by some 74-year-old with ball herpes.
Well, there you go, John.
Here's I've solved another
Here's your
problem.
business.
Mayor Stanton, I'm still waiting for the call.
You can name it the Holmberg. What are you going to do? I'm taking a Holmberg downtown.
I'm not getting on this bus. Look who's getting on there.
Lathering up me twig and berries.
I'll wait for the Holmberg to show.
Yeah. Anybody who says, I ain't got 75 cents, isn't going anywhere that important anyway.
How much would you charge to get on your
$5.
Holmberg bus?
$5 a person.
$5?
You get-
You know, they has to be more than that.
You get a monthly rate. No, because poor people can't afford $5
One way.
rides. Yeah.
$5
Poor
one
people,
way.
$5.
Every now and then they might ride first class.
All you'd hear is, holy $5 bus. And then occasionally they'd run into $5 extra
That
dollars.
seems too cheap.
Climb on the bus and be like, this is living. And they'd be on their best behavior.
I don't know. You made me
Might
think
mo-
more.
might
That's
motivate them
asking a lot.
to.
So try harder to get on the good bus.
Yeah.
Because you're cheaper in a cab.
Yeah, well, you'd have to be that, but $5 is pretty solid. And a cab isn't green. You're going to get all those people who want
Sure
green.
they are. You
Yeah,
see those
and that
green
a lot of that
nobody's
money's
gonna wait
going
for
to
those
greenery.
Not the guy driving it. He's not. That thing's disgusting. Yeah, my rich people buses would be nice. $5 is nice
You
per
gotta go
ride.
higher.
Per ride. You got to get
15.
there, get back. That's $10 a day. That's pretty expensive
15,
when you start
John.
looking at it. Those poor people in the buses can't afford $10 a day rides on buses. That's why they got a bus in the first place. If they had $10 extra to spend, they'd have a car.
Well, Mark Valadez of Oklahoma City was arrested on a minor charge. They didn't say what the minor charge was, but something that was going on in Mark was dangerous to the maximum security prison. He smuggled a gun. He had a butt gun.
Oh.
Put it up the old schvinkty. It wasn't a big gun. It was a one-shot Derringer, but it was loaded. Guards didn't search him very carefully when he was admitted to jail because they didn't find it, so it was pretty deep. Might have
So
gotten
wait a
away
minute.
with it,
So
too.
wait a minute, they
But he
tried
started
searching
bragging about the Derringer up his butt. Guards heard him, did the cavity search, went in deeper, found the gun.
Whoops, sorry.
He kept the Derringer in his butt for 16 hours.
Kept the Derringer in my ass for over 16 hours. Be damned if I'd let those slubs get their hands on my gun. Wow.
Here's a classic.
That's a strange little gun, too. There's an interesting curve that you have to either have hanging out or really manipulate strangely to get in there.
Good little mug shot here. These two young punks tried to rob some. There were a couple of students at University of Virginia. Even though the robbers had a gun, it didn't intimidate their victims. And they turned the tables on the guys and pummeled them pretty good.
Sweet.
Here are the muggers. End result.
Oh, my God. They beat the crap out of these two.
Yeah, Gerald Allen and Johnny Calderon did not make out too
Were they
good on that mugging.
robbing a UFC gym or something? What the hell happened here?
They didn't think it through.
They turned on him and said, "Bruh, you don't rob Beta Theta Pi."
Frats. Knobs.
On Sunday, this guy in Nova Scotia got pulled over for driving without his headlights on. Did the classic, just forgot to put them on, so police pull him over. The front and back seats were filled with 20 marijuana plants.
Uh-oh.
There are so many plants that his friend was riding in the trunk to make room for the plants.
You don't want to put the plants
So
in
when
there.
they opened up the trunk, there is, "Hey, buddy."
Wheaties.
They got in trouble.
Knobs.
This other guy from Arkansas, 21-year-old Robert Pry, he hid in a Kmart overnight so he could huff some air cans. 16.
Wow.
Cleaning crew came in the next morning because he had an overnight
Kmart
huffing.
has cleaning crews? I've been to Kmart. What do they do?
Every now and then you got to buff that VCT tile
I've been to 2 Kmarts in the last
so you can do some
year.
quality hook slides in the
I
aisles.
have never seen cleaning anything. There's just stuff on the floor. It's like
All right,
somebody
well,
went through with their arms out in every aisle.
This Kmart in Arkansas, there's reasons why they have a
impressive.
cleaning crew, because there they found Robert passed out, covered in his own vomit and pee.
Did they clean that, or is he there the next day? Because the one in Sholo, he'd have been there the next day.
Our boy Bobby went through $100 of air cans.
Wow.
That kid's good.
Air is expensive.
Just a huffing boy.
I don't know if you saw this story a while back, but Rose Sharman was badly injured when her RV overturned in the Arizona desert back in June.
I remember.
She had 2 dogs with her, and one of them died in the crash because the RV rolled. She was driving from Flagstaff to Phoenix. Tire blew out. RV flipped in the middle of the desert, so
What's a
there she
desert?
was. They got her back to the hospital, but her one dog, her 1-year-old hound Mix, survived, ran off into the desert in the crash, kind of panicked
Oh,
and
boy.
took off. Well, some people got together and did a search party. A couple of people even went camped a couple of nights looking for the
Find the
dog.
dog.
65 days later, they managed to catch the dog. They used a chicken as a bait.
That'll happen.
And there's a video online. You can see the dog. They finally reunited Rose with her dog.
Thing lived out in the desert for 65 days.
Went from 55 pounds to 30 pounds. Overall, she was in good health. Possibly because she teamed up with another stray dog she met while she was wandering in the desert.
It's Lady and the Tramp.
Yeah, no one. I wonder if someone else
What an adventure.
with the other dog.
They had to be close to New River or something. Because, they're staying in the desert.
Yeah,
That's-
from Flag
you're
down
not-
to-
You're just outside of Black Canyon City or New River to get out in the desert side.
And finally, the radio video today is a guy, a couple of crazy students. I think it was in Holland. That's right. They're in a tower. The guy throws a basketball, 98 meters, 320 feet, and makes the hoop. So he's up high on the tower, tosses it
Eats it.
over, and it goes through the hoop on his 60-second attempt.
Where's this?
In Holland.
Okay, roll camera C and roll sound, roll camera A and B.
62 times and they got 3 cameras on this thing?
Yes,
Here we go.
pretty cool.
And 3, 2,
They wasted some
1,
money.
Action.
The ball's in the air.
Yep.
Good.
Watch, they'll show it from the other angles now. You see this
Yeah,
thing.
how about
They
that?
show it from the bottom up. Yeah! Yeah!
Where is it?
That's in Holland.
Yeah, bro, Beta Theta Pi!
That's right. That was that
It is
frat.
that. Oh, wow.
This is the best days of our lives here in Holland. What a boring
60-second
flesh we
drive.
live in.
All right, bring the ball up again.
They have a hoop camera, and then they had one showing
I love
From the base.
basketball. Thanks, Rutger.
because you see the toss on the 60-second time. You're like, he's hardly. No, it was just chance.
Just throwing it at the idea.
Yeah, throwing it off.
There's nothing here to do. Holland is boring.
Let's get a pizza.
Why don't we say Ash is right? Holland is a boring place. Rutger Hauer, hobo with a shotgun, was on this week, and I caught another few minutes of that. When they chain up that dude's head in that manhole, and two cars go two different directions and pop that dude like a zit, that is an awesome death scene. I'm hobo with a shotgun. All right, Rutger, don't say anything. You make me giggle every time you talk. Thank you to Goldmember for ruining that. There you go. He's from Holland. That's your Brady Report. Nicely done. New bus ideas. Women with cocks on their shoulders walking around the city. I want to try that. Chickens are mean. There's nothing nice about holding a chicken. I don't know how she had that one trained to sit on her shoulder.
You hang them upside down, they get really calm.
Is that true?
Yep,
No kidding.
that's what they do before they.
Kill them?
They used to hang them on their feet.
Well, maybe word got out. When you're upside down, you're about done. Just relax.
They tell each
You're
other.
not-
Yeah, like, hey,
You're going to feel a slight pinch at first.
dude, you're going to be upside down. I saw this happen to Dave. They turn him over, and he fought and fought and fought and just made it harder. So if you're upside down ever, just
They could cut like half your head off. You don't want that.
quit.
Just make it a clean
make
kill.
a clean kill, because it's no fun to watch what happened to Dave. I mean, he was literally running around like a me with his head cut off.
Like me.
It's rough.
Dexter wants you to know you're going to have to up your plan because a day pass for the bus is already $6.
Is it really? All right, $20 to get on my rich person.
See?
$6 to ride the bus with those ne'er-do-well losers.
What the?
That's a day pass. So I mean, you get the whole
That is a
day.
day pass. You get all day, as much as you want to use
They
it.
were talking $5 one
A
way.
ride, right. The day pass for me would be, let's say, $40.
There you go.
All access. Now I'll dump it, $30. $30 all
Wow.
access.
Chop
you
it.
get
Chop
there's-
it. What a
there's
deal.
champagne.
A ride on the home
We have
bird.
champagne, and we have a cooler of delicious snacks that are handed out. We have a man playing violin.
Or you can get Brady's flamenco buddy. Maybe you get a
right.
deal.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we'll have
Chris
theme days.
Hockemay.
We'll have theme days. Welcome to the rich person's bus. Please have a seat in your leather reclining chair, which is cleaned every time, unlike that disgusting whack-off bus. But city's always like, how do we get people to get on mass transit? Get the people who currently use it to stop, and then maybe we'll consider it. But I drive by bus stops. I see what gets on those things.
Had a lovely
Giggity.
day to work. Commute. Some bloke was on a didgeridoo. It was
It
fabulous.
was fabulous. I rode in. I'm in the best mood ever. Didgeridoo, champagne, strawberries. I love rich person's bus. You know, it's been 8 days since I've been whacked off on, and I'm just trying to save Earth.
Hey, get back to the poor person's bus. I used to like whacking off on your suit.
You get your yearly pass. It's a gold watch.
Did you guys notice that? I just said that because it sounded like Gary Busey. Diana Nyad swam so long she turned into him. Did you see that? I was looking at her press conference after.
Well, you know, the jellyfish kept stinging.
I'm like, wow, I guess after about 70 miles of swimming, you turn into Gary Busey. It's this weird morph. Howdy, we're going to make it.
She was doing interviews all day, and it was funny because you could see her face progress back to
Yeah,
normal.
it's
It
starting
was
to
like
And you know why
shrinking,
you
shrinking.
can see why the sharks kept away from her.
Yeah.
Every breath she'd like,
Don't eat that. That one's sick. There you go. That's your Brady Report. It's 90.